How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy, Fun Mom 2000. Now, it's been a long time. Been a whole bunch of stuff. I had to have surgery, had some downtime. Summer was busier than I expected it to be. Blah 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 blah. No, I mean no excuses, but excuses. You know how it is. But we're back. Hopefully we can have some more car stuff here soon. But we got gaming news coming, and you know we love to cover the gaming news. So right now, as you probably would guess, because not a whole lot going on in the atmosphere right now, we are going to talk about what we know so far about Battlefield 6. Now it's gonna be a little short and sweet. There is, but isn't a ton of stuff, and more specifically, what's coming here shortly. And we'll do another video over that. But I just want to kind of break it down and let you guys know I'm still here. Your boy Justice, your boy Fun Mom, your boy Skinny Penis. You know how it be. But no. Listen, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna look at it. We're gonna see what's popping. So if you enjoy the video, don't forget to drop a like, follow, subscribe, comment, say about fucking time. Thanks you're back. I'm excited. Well, the whole gist. But we're gonna keep it short and simple today, and hopefully we have some more videos coming soon. So, as you guys know, we're dealing with our favorite trusted source, Twitter. You can never forget Twitter. But this specifically is on the Battlefield official Twitter account. Over the last couple months, you guys have probably seen, if this is something you follow, we've had a lot of leaked content. They did Battlefield Labs, which is their way kind of getting with the community, figuring out what the community wants, what's going to make a successful game, kind of essentially a beta or an alpha or something in between. And it's went pretty well from my understanding. I couldn't get into labs because they don't let scrubs like me in, I guess. But we saw some cool things. We look like we're getting boots on ground, nothing crazy, no crazy gadgets, no nothing wild yet that we've seen. But Battlefield Labs is a huge pre-factor to what Battlefield 6 will be. It is mainly, for my understanding, them to dial in the game, get mechanics down, the gunplay system, more stuff like that, and then they'll build maps as we get closer to the game or possibly are at the game. They have a couple maps that have been released in labs. Each section of labs that they dropped was smaller portions of specific things they're testing out. They went back and forth on gunplay dynamic. It looks like they're more settling on the Battlefield 4, which is some guns carry across all classes, but each class has its own specific guns. Some people like that, some people didn't. I like Battlefield 4 a lot, but some people are like, well, Engineer as an example. Danny on PC mentioned another big Battlefield guy. Engineers are designed for bigger maps. They got rocket launchers, landmines, anti-aircraft, stuff like that. So kind of going from something like that and then giving them an SMG or a shotgun as their class weapons, it's counterproductive a little bit. But that's how it was in prior games, and I don't really think it was that unbalanced. I think a lot of people still played the hell out of a engineer class, and they love having RPG. People do crazy things, Rendezvous, all that stuff. So I don't really think anybody's that bothered. Now, pulling into their Twitter page here, we do have a couple different things. So like right here, they're talking about the class system, like we're talking about, and then it looks like they announced when the beta starts, when the open beta starts, they're gonna have a playlist for both options. One, all guns, all available, and then they're gonna have another one where it's gonna be closed off a little bit more, like the Battlefield 4 system. I'm interested to see, I guess, which one survives or how they take the feedback. I I think the idea of like because Battlefield's a little bit more of a milsim than like Call of Duty and stuff. So having class specific weapons, like some class specific weapons, I don't see as totally a bad thing. I feel like kind of keeps you in the immersion of it a little more. Makes it where you kind of gotta like have pros and cons to everything. A medic obviously can heal and revive himself. They're not gonna have a rocket launcher, and a sniper can make the crazy long range shots, and possibly if it's anything like Battlefield 4, have a redeploy beacon, but not have a MP5 to absolutely spray people down when they come running at them, stuff like that. So I'm not totally opposed to it, but it is cool to see that they're giving us the option. Like I said, Labs was a lot of this. They're kind of going back and forth deciding, and that's kind of what this post is here, is Labs community updates. So it is really cool to see that we're actually going to get kind of an option, a playlist of it. And more specifically, what we're excited to discuss in this video is we have some teasers. We'll start this. Here's the big kahuna. So we have a little bit of key art. As far as we can tell, this is essentially New York. Sorry, I got some audio here. We'll turn that on down a little. As far as we can tell, this New York, New York Bridge. We got regular. Um, this looks more modern day. Some of the Battlefield Lab stuff is kind of early 2000s, like Middle East. So we're not sure. Well, we're not sure, but we're not totally sure what exactly year it is necessarily. Obviously, not 2042. Um, but looks like we got New York under attack here. We got was that the Brooklyn Bridge on fire? We got some stuff downtown here. And also in that, we see that we're getting a reveal trailer on July 24th, which is tomorrow. So I'm dropping this video today, the July 23rd. Just kind of get our feels out there and get some early thoughts, maybe some guesses what we think is going to happen. Then after that, tomorrow, I'm gonna totally boycott social media till I'm home from work. We're gonna live react to this video and we're gonna break it down. We're gonna talk about it as somebody that's not a Battlefield OG, but I played 3, I played 4. Not I was younger, but I think we'll have some good takes on this. I'm excited for it. Now, next up, we have the actual teaser. They give some words here. Pax Armada rises as NATO cracks. Their motto: "Our protection, your peace." But who's pulling the strings and to what end? So obviously we see right even there, France leaves NATO. We have some other countries, Gibraltar, looked like some sort of Southeast Asian, China, somewhere over there, which would make sense with NATO and all that. But we're excited. I mean, even just this little snippet.
With an unexpected attack.
Private military operation known as
Organisation militaire privée connue sur le nom de
Pax Armada.
Armada.
a full-scale attack.
NATO Secretary General Hawthorne
Assassinated today.
inside NATO's headquarters.
Pax Armada 是英军事公司。
Pax operative behind the
Issued
Brussels.
warnings to all NATO
Source close
allies.
to him was quoted saying,
A direct attack on NATO.
Mobilisiert weitere
Mobilizing further operations.
Nations are leaving NATO to join a new coalition with
Destabilize world security.
Pax Armada.
Are claiming responsibility for
hostile forces invaded
The British
His
overseas
territory of
tracking
Gibraltar.
the threat from Pax.
Oh, and it feels good to hear that sound cue again right there, like we had OG Battlefield. But as you see, a lot to do with NATO kind of falling apart, France leaving NATO, Pax Armada obviously is the I don't know if you want to call it antagonist, obviously without knowing the story necessarily. And Battlefield always has its own little storylines going. Um, but it looks like, assuming generally our two factions might be Pax Armada and NATO. They might have some other variations of Asia, Southeast Asia, countries like that, maybe Russia, stuff like that. Sometimes they stay a little removed from like the political climate, so keeping it something totally fictional like Pax Armada and NATO. I mean, NATO's not fictional, but it's big enough and common enough you can kind of mess with it all you want. But um, I'm excited. We're so like I said, we're getting the trailer tomorrow. We're gonna break it down in our next episode here. Should be up tomorrow as well. So I'm excited. We're gonna live react to Battlefield 6. Like, it has been too long. Battlefield 2042. It was a game. It was a thing. Good moments, bad moments. The after release support was lesser than we wanted. It's been a rocky couple of years for Battlefield. This is supposedly their new attempt at being an actual competitor again with the likes of Fortnite, Call of Duty, all those mainstream games that we hear about all the time. So it'll be really cool to see if this succeeds. It'd be cool to see if Battlefield Labs took off. Maybe that'll be something that feeds into other stuff. They do the betas and stuff for Call of Duty, and obviously Call of Duty kind of has their theme down. But maybe seeing Labs builds a super successful game. Hopefully, maybe other developers will actually listen to the community a little more. I know Call of Duty especially is stuck in that cycle of microtransactions and stuff, and I don't suspect we'll be just getting rid of that by any means, because just where things are. But that might be where they'll actually, as far as gameplay content, take a little bit more advice from the players and the viewers and all of that. So I'm really excited to see where this goes. I'm really excited to see the trailer tomorrow. I'm really excited to play this game for you guys. I'm really excited to get some vids out and start cranking out content again. It's been too damn long. But as always, don't forget to show any love and support. I love you guys. I can't say I support you, but I'll keep trying to bring you good content as often as I can. But as always, have a great rest of your day. You know, I hope you enjoyed the video.